And next, we will hear from the representative from the U.S. government. Ariel Pollock currently serves as the spokesperson for the U.S. mission to Canada. In her 19-year career as a Foreign Service officer, she has served in diplomatic postings in Ethiopia, Pakistan, Washington, New York, and most recently in India. Welcome to the podium.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It is my pleasure to be with you all today as a representative of the U.S. government, and I bring greetings from Special Representative for Racial Equity and Justice, Desiree Cormier-Smith, who unfortunately could not be with us today. We are so pleased to join in celebrating the launch of the Canadian Network for Equity and Racial Justice today, an important step in our trilateral partnership to advance equity and racial justice across North America. As Samir mentioned, in January 2023, Secretary Blinken, Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly, and then Foreign Secretary Marcelo Ebrard signed the Declaration on the North American Partnership for Equity and Racial Justice. And today we witness the fruition of this trilateral partnership with this impactful investment, demonstrating steadfast dedication to fostering diversity and combating inequity in all forms. As fellow democracies, we recognize that racial injustice and inequity remain significant challenges within our societies, and we are committed to prioritizing diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility as fundamental principles of our governance. Through these trilateral efforts today and our collective pursuit of fairer and more just societies, we begin the important work of breaking down the barriers hindering our progress to that fairer and more equitable future. Governments are essential partners in this work, developing, implementing, and institutionalizing policies that support greater equity and inclusion. But governments cannot do this work alone. We all have a role to play. And that is why our collaboration with civil society organizations to lead this essential work is so important. They drive sustainable change on the ground, ensuring that our commitments translate into meaningful actions, and we thank you for your partnership. Combating inequity and racial injustice has been a priority for the Biden administration from day one. On his first day in office, President Biden signed Executive Order 13985, advancing racial equity and support for underserved communities through the federal government. That order recognized that although the ideal of equal opportunity is the bedrock of American democracy, our laws, public policies, and institutions too often exacerbate disparities or deny equal opportunity to individuals and communities. And so through that order, we emphasized that there's an enormous human cost of systemic racism, of persistent poverty, and other disparities, and the order directed the U.S. federal government to advance an ambitious whole-of-government equity agenda that matches the scale of the challenges we face and the opportunities that we have to build a more perfect union. And part of that whole-of-government agenda, and what we do at the State Department, is to promote inclusive democracies globally through foreign policy. But we also recognize that we're stronger when we work together. We all can learn from one another, from our unique stories and experiences, from our successes, our failures, and our lessons learned. And that is what this trilateral partnership is all about. We recognize that this is only the beginning, and we look forward to working with our Canadian and Mexican partners as we continue to build our North American civil society network for equity and racial justice and lay the groundwork for a more equitable future. Congratulations again on the launch of CNERJ, and thank you.